Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Now, coming to our creation, go to the related actions of the topmost supervisory organization. Now, there you can see that business process is there. You can see business process tab. First of all, I will show you if you create a supervisory organization. I have told you earlier, Workday has delivered some default definitions of the business processes that would be automatically assigned to your supervisory organizations. Once you have created them, and from where you are going to check it, go to related actions. Business process and business process definitions for object. From here, you can check what all business processes are automatically defaulted to your supervisory organizations. Again, I am repeating the step. Go to the related action of your business process. Supervisory organization. Go to business process. Then business process definitions for business object. What all business process definitions has been automatically defaulted for your supervisory organization. It will give you a date you want. You can view it effective date, whatever you want. Now I am not going to change it because I haven't created anything. It's all default for me. Even if you want, you can check it for any specific date. Which business process definition is being followed at that particular specific date. What is a business object here for us? Business object is Ankita Corporation Department because we are looking business process for Ankita Corporation. So business process for business object, that means Ankita Corporation. That's why it's automatically defaulted here. Ankita Corporation Department is now our business object for which we are going to look the business process. Just go through the depth of each and everything what I am telling you. Just listen it properly because each and everything can be each. Any questions can be asked from any particular topic. It looks small to you, but believe me, when they are asking, when they do, it is asking. It's difficult to answer, to gather the particular thought. When? What's the business object? So they can ask you when you are creating the business process. For example, hire business process for your supervisory organization. What is a business object? So your quick answer should be my supervisory organization for which I am creating it because that's going to be my business object for my business process. Now, click on Now. It will give me a list of all business process definition you have. You can see here all business process definition. You can see it will give me all the list and it has all the required information that we have already discussed. Go to the filter now. I want to check which higher business process my supervisory organization is following. I have simply clicked on the column, then filter, and I have given the value as higher. This is a way we are searching anything within Workday higher. See here. That means higher default definition is followed. No organization is specific. Business process has been configured for my supervisory organization. My organization is now following only default technician. See against bracket. It is written as default. Anything that is mentioned as default definition. What does that mean? It is Workday delivered. So if these all definitions, can you go a step back how you make needed that filter? See, I have clicked on that. Related action business process, then business process definitions click on, and then business process definition. I want to check for the higher. If you want, you can scroll back, scroll to the edge alphabetically. You can go and scroll and go to the edge and you will get the higher default, or else instead of searching 336 items. I will simply search because I know that I want to search the higher. I will search it higher. You have to click on the business person. I was thinking whether you want to filter, you have to click on that. If I want to filter on the hire date, I have to. I want to click on the sub processes. I have to click. It's same for each and every report. It's not only for business process. You want to filter something on any column or any report, you have to click on that filter. Now this is how you are searching. Now I don't. Usually organization won't follow the default definition because Workday will have all the things listed. It's default given by Workday. So what we will do is we will create our own organization, specific business process, what it is known as. Organization specific business process. In that I can do any number of changes. I want now go to the how we are going to configure it, go to the related because as everyone now should know that we are going to create it on our topmost supervisory organization by we are getting on the top of supervisory organization so that it will reflect at your means, your subordinates and all the stuff. Your word is not correct. It should not be reflected. It should be inherited. Yes, so inherited. That's the difference between a good Workday consultant. We know that what we are saying, but the proper word should be there. So it means if I am creating anything for my topmost, it will get inherited for my rest of the subordinates go to the yes. I have a question here. So we are not always doing the business process thing in the topmost organization. Sometimes we are doing in subordinate organization to right. We will be doing it on the topmost because each and every supervisory organization will need a business process to be followed. Until then, we cannot perform any business process on it. It will automatically dig the default definition, and if you're not configured so, usually it is usually not. I can use that generally it is configured on the topmost supervisory organization so that rest of the organization will follow it. And in case my organization, my client comes up and say that no, I want this particular supervisory organization to follow this. So you can go ahead and always you are welcome to manually create your own organization specific for that particular organization. For example, now I'm creating for corporate department. It will be inherited by executive. My client will come and say that for executive, I want to follow some different approach, some bit different business process. So you can always go ahead and inactivate the already existing one and create executive hire BP. I will show you how to inactivate that as well, I understand. So my question was like we are working on corporation. So as per the hierarchy, the executive will come and then on getting the opinions, do any kind of business process things in Ankita marketing. That will not come in other. Organization. Pardon, I didn't get your question. So if I do any kind of business process changes or any amendment in Ankita marketing company, it will not reflect in other finance or executive. Oh, if we see which business process Ankita marketing is using, it's using the same one. BP Ankita corporate department on you. Yes, so if you are doing any amendment there, it will automatically because the BP same, only it will get reflected for all in that case. You have to create it, the business separate business process for your marketing. So book if you want something different. And you don't want it to reflect another BP. Thank you. Yes, I will show you that. I will show you one question. So suppose if some approval is going to manage here, and if there are like 2 or 3 managers for that particular organization, so to which manager it will go? It will go to every manager or no? If the business, if you are going to hire in corporate, sorry, this Ankita corporation department, fine. So it will take the manager of the corporation department only And if I am hiring any employee executive department, it will take the manager of executive department. Supposing there are 2 or 3 manager for that one for Ankita organization, then to which manager it will go? No, you cannot have 2 to 3 managers. Organization will have only one manager. We are assigning Steve Morgan. Yesterday you have assigned, but there can be lift 2 or 3 managers. Room in some companies will have one manager, but departments will have different managers. Organization will only have one. Is that Ankita? Just take the hierarchy in your case. I must tell you, if you are working in an IT sector, you have an immediate manager supervisor of yours. So your all approvals is going to one manager. He will have one manager ever than one member you. You can open your own organization or chart. You will see that. That's the hierarchy that we are following up. That's all. Each and every particular part will have a different or the structure configured. Ankita, I think if the assignment are done, then it's a clear idea. Because I've yes, already your assignments. So I'm clear. Once we will be doing the hiring, then it will be more clear to you know that particular picture. So don't worry about it. And when you are doing the hiring, even you can try that. If you are asking the same, you can try that particular thing and you can discuss here as well. See, just open I must tell you, because this is all human capital management. You all are working in some of the other IT company. Open your own or the structure and just compare what has been taught here. It will come, you will grasp more. Actually, you will get more in that case because they're in your system itself. Now, business process, how you are going to create a related action business process. Then create copy or link, definition, anything you want to create anytime you want to create the business process. This is the particular task. Click on it now. Once you click on it, we will see that effective date. It is not recommended to have your effective data as past dated did whenever you are creating your business process. Don't change business process effective date. Let it be the system default. Only it's not recommended to change. Even if you go by my theoretical PPT as well, as I will show you they are mentioned. And even if you are doing the certification, it's always mentioned of Workday recommended. You can say that never change the effective date of your business process. At least don't do it back. Dated time zone automatically defaulted. No need to change all these things. Effective date means the changes or the creation that we are going to do is effective from this particular date. Now, business process type. What I am going to create for my supervisory organization. I am going to create hire business process. See here hire. These are all the default definition related to hire. So what I am going to do is hire because I have to hire the employee. I defined any business process for your supervisory organization. You can define it only once. You cannot define it again and again unless you have inactivated the previous one. Always remember, unless you have inactivated the previous one, you cannot define it again. I will show you how now copy existing business process has to be used by default. What about this? You cannot create your own business process type like hire. I can put it as like Ankita, the corporation hire or something like that. No. See, this is hire business process type name. This is not the name of the business process. It will automatically come up. Once I will click on, it will automatically come up the name. This is the business process type. Business process type. You cannot create on your own. That is something delivered by work. Then Workday is delivered in a business process. If somebody is configuring from India, the time zone will be same. Yes, no need to alter the time zone. Time zone, it doesn't matter. So consultants will be working from UK, India, USA, Australia. Time zone differ in each and every country. No need to change the time zone. time zone will be defaulted from the tenant setup only at the end. I will show you the tenant setup only because the things. Once you know the things here, then only you will consolidate all the topics at the end. That's what we are going to give the case study at the end so that you can consolidate all your learning there. So we are moving step by step. So the business object, that's by default, that's taking your supervisor. Yes, business object to automated because you are configuring a business process on the business object. And Kita Corporation, that's just the business process type you have selected by default is higher. So is it taking the default values of what Workday has is delivering? That's what. Let me go ahead. I will tell you. There are three options. If you want to configure the termination business process, also it's here termination. If you want to configure anything, for example, in recruitment, we are having ready for hire. You can have this. So these are the default definitions. So you have to tell them what's the business process type is. Then only you will be able to configure its steps. We are going to add it that doesn't matter because you are configuring it. We can add on our own wish. So now I'm going to configure higher business process type. We click on this. Now copy existing definition. That means if I'm clicking on this particular option, if there is any other higher business process that is existing in the tenant. For example, there is one higher Velvet locations. There is one higher DoDGV GHP, higher for GHP. I will click on this one. That means this will be automatically copied to my supervisory organization. Steps with the steps of this business process will be copied to my supervisory organization under my name, BP Ankita Corporation Department. Because I am copy existing definition, it's copy simply. You are copying something. You are copying images to this folder. That means it will get copied to your folder. That's what here. It will get copied under my name BP Ankita Corporation Department. This is not default, so we can call the steps. I like the steps here. I told that why I need to configure it on my own. Let me copy it from there. If it is already existing in the tenant, why should I configure it on my own? So this one, that means this is done by some other people. Yes, someone has configured it in the tenant and I'm just copying it from there. Or else I can simply copy higher default definition as well. I can select from the higher default definition as well. Copy the higher default definition and then I'll make the necessary amendment. I want those steps, and after that I will delete the steps on my client requirement. So it's simply, I am just copying the steps to my business process. That's it. So here I won't alter anything, for with this particular higher BP from which I am copying, I'm simply copying all the steps. That's all I'm doing. So copy existing definition won't alter anything from in the previous business process. They will behave like they are doing it. We will copy the steps and then we will make the necessary amendments as based on our requirements. Now, link existing definition. If I am using this link existing definition, that means suppose I am using this, the already existing definition, the same one that I have selected. I think the tenant needs to get refreshed. If I refresh it, then business process type is fine. So link existing different definition means if I am selecting any particular business process here, existing business process of hire here, what it will do is, if I am going to edit, will link the definition. If I am editing anything, it will reflect the changes in the previous BP as well. That means if I am using hire for example, no Pravina. Pravina has made some BP hire for Pravina Corporation Department. If I am linking the definition here, that means all the steps will be here. The definition is linked here. If I am doing any changes, it will get reflected in her BP as well because I am linking it. I'm not copying it. Copying means even if I am doing the changes, it won't have any effect on the Pravina's higher BP. But if I am linking, that means if I am doing any changes, it has a link. It will reflect the changes there as well. You're telling that linking is kind of editing and copy is just a copy. No, we can do edit after that as well, after copy as well, after link as well, but copy. If I am doing any changes on the copy existing definition BP, it won't reflect the changes in the BP from which I have copied. But if I'm linking any definition, that means it will make the changes to that definition as well. With which I mean I have linked it when we have implemented our own business process. And next time we want to edit our own, so we can use this link existing definition. Also by link existing it will. You can go to the edit definition directly if you want to edit your business process. Why you are going to link existing definition? We have an option. If you have already defined the higher business process type for a supervisory organization, you won't be able to link or copy or do anything because I will show you just step by step. I will show you. So now it is clear to you copy and linking part. What's the difference between these two? Now, normally this link existing definition is being used by the subordinate. And then again he repulsed. Whatever the changes we do it in this subordinate to this subordinates, no sort of it will automatically inherited. Touching inherit the changes inherited. The business may, in case the business process created by the subordinate only, and they inherited the business process through this link from the supervisory organization, just some part of this business process, and they want to again repush whatever they do in this subordinate as we read back to the supervisory origin, something like that. If I'm defining it for my supervisor, I'm linking to some different definition. I know that Pravina has created it or Sai created already in the system. I can link my definition, then I will ask them whether I can use, because if the changes I'm doing, I'm going to do it. So usually link existing definition is not used because in this no, if what you are saying is subordinate. No, we are not going to use this link existing definition in the subordinates. I will show you. I have one more question on this. I'm just in case if suppose like what you're taking the name like Pravina and you are using this link and suppose Pravina makes any changes in future automatically will begin link existing. They inherited. Then it will firewall what we use it. So I'm Geta. See, Ankit is the supervisory organization and then we are part of your supervisory organization. Oh, either me or Treasure or Pravina. Anyone who has linked the existing definition has changed that. Who's linked that existing definition and any changes made prior to that will also be changed. Yes, so now, usually we are using none of the above and we prefer creating our own steps for our higher business process. None of the above I will show you. So I will click on. So I hope that this particular tab is clear to all. Copy link and none of the above I will click on. So I will click on now this screen we have already discussed. If you want I will mention that comment part is created. New hire BP. No, see, I have created with none of the above. Here you can see that, hey, we have already discussed that initiation step won't be deleted or is not at all editable. See, automatically it will appear order A, nothing is there, no line is there. Because I selected none of the above, I will create my own BP. I will create my own steps. Now going back, I will click on here. I am going with only the initiation step. I will click on and then see this is my BP that I have created. Now these all security group restrictions has automatically been copied by my higher default BP that is automatically being taken by the higher BP. Once we are doing the security, I will let you know how you are configure the security group and how you are assigning it to your business process. So this is initiation. Step C. A order type is initiation I. It's optional. No, you cannot change it. It was not editable. You have seen it. So this is how we create the BP for our supervisory organization. Configuration of a business process. Definition occurs in both edit and view mode. That's what I want to convey to you. We are doing the configuration both on edit and view mode. Each mode allows you to complete certain tasks within the business process. This can be question for you if you want to change the order of the steps. Which mode you will be in your business process. That means your answer should to the end to where should be edit mode. This is very important if noted down somewhere. Edit mode includes add or delete steps. You can only add or delete steps in the edit mode of your business process. You can change the order of the steps in the edit mode. If you want to add any notes, you can do it only on the edit mode. Change action type, select a specific task, update optional column. Change groups, define due dates. These all tasks you can only do in the edit mode, and in the view mode, you can maintain the condition rule. You can set the completion steps, maintain advanced routing, all the approval chains, consolidated approvals that we have seen. We can only do in the view mode, add notification, configure help text, and configuring step delays. So just note it down. They can ask when you have to buy heart and there is no other option because it's only why I'm telling you is you know that when you are configuring the system. But when it is asked, then you should know it. You should. You won't tell them I will open the tenant and I will go through that particular thing. But few things, you have to by heart it. If they ask you in what you can do this, then you have to tell them it's edit mode. I am going to change the action types used now. You will tell you will. You can ask me what is edit mode and what is view mode. So guys, this is the view mode. The moment I have clicked on that means I have saved my changes. So this is the view mode of my BP. And you can see that my business process name is reflected here automatically hire for Ankita Corporation Department. Hire for Ankita Corporation Department. I haven't given the name. I have only given the hire business process type. So this is the view mode. As already told, always remember, if you want to act anything on your steps, that will be in view mode only. That's the rule that I remember it. Act means I want to mark my step as completion step. That means I am acting something on my step, only on my task, so that I can do only in view mode if I'm acting something. For example, I'm setting as a completion steps, not on my business process, so that all things will come under view mode. The things that you are performing on your steps. Always remember that will come on view mode if you don't remember anything at the time of interview. Also, just think quickly, think in your mind. If they will ask you, what will happen if you want to configure the step delays? There in which mode you can configure the step delays in your business process, so automatically, you should go back in your mind. Find step delays. I'm configuring on my step on my particular task. That means definitely it's going to happen on view mode. Now they will come and ask which mode is there for the edit or the update optional column. So that means automatically. You should go back in your minds, search for update optional column. Where I'm updating the optional option, I can only update it on the edit mode of my BP. So yes, edit mode. That's how we link the things when we are going into the interview. Edit mode it is always an add or a change or an update, but for a few more it is either configure or you do a. Here you are also maintaining it, and maintaining is also update on the. So just connect in that way. View mode means you are performing some action on your steps or your particular task. Now business process a process. Once we will configure it, we will go through this particular sub-process. how we are configuring the business and sub-process. Now I have this. My client has told me that initiate hire, anyone can initiate the hire, and then default one. And then the change organization assignments is a step. The security group needs to be a chart partner, and then the approve organization, some HR admin should be there, and then propose compensation, hire consolidated approval, create Workday account is in service. I told you yesterday. So this is a step, something that my client has told me to that we want this higher business process in our system. Now, how we are going to do this, I will show you in the system how we are going to add the steps once we click on done. It will be gone. Now, how I'm going to search it? If you go and search for higher default BP, you won't get it. So the only way is create a supervisor organization or have some supervisor option. That is having default organization go there. Go to the related action, business process, definition for business objects. Click on. In this way, I can view the BP as well. See now earlier when we were searching, it was higher default definition. Now it is higher for Ankita Corporation Department because we have configured it for it. Am I clear? When you create your own hire, so it will override the default number. Organization is. It's not. I'm saying override. Higher default definition is definitely somewhere in the system. It's there because it's default definition. It would be there. We are not going to change that. It is there in the system. It is already existing. But organization is specific will always have a priority over the default definitions. If you have a configured any organization is specific business process, that will always have priority over the default definitions. So in the business process, so both will be executed. Here, if you have configured the higher business process, then only for your organization, then only your organization specific, the one that you see here, will be executed, not your default definition. Now for Ankita Corporation, if you are going to hire an employee, this business process, the steps under this business process will be followed. Now, this is the business process for Ankita Corporation, not the default definition. Default definition is there. There can be n number of definitions, including default. A default definition will be one only. But in the system, there are many higher definitions. You have seen that. But this only the organization is specific that we have configured. It will be used the one that you. If you have any confusion, directly go to a supervisory organization, open the business process definition and search which definition is being followed. Now I've configured it. I have shown you the moment I have configured. The organization is specific definition. It has a star already reflected in my business process definition. Now, coming back to our Ankita Corporation, suppose, for example, in future my client come and say to me that I don't want to use organization is specific. I want to go ahead with the default definition only then. In that case, Ankita, 1 second Anita. So regarding create copy, and what was the other one you said? Link. So you have created this business process. So if you can add it as a favorite to your favorites column. And if you want to see all your business processes, a business process which are from your Ankita Corporation, can you add it as a favorite and in your process? You are not going to look into all business process automatically. See here, 336 business process they are defaulted. Why you want to add favorites? Favorites means few things that you want to look. Why you want to add the favorites? It's there only, 336. Everything will be defaulted here. All the business process that Workday has delivered for this training tenant will be defaulted. See all the default definition. We can see here why you want to do favorite, the one that you want to look into frequently, the thing that you can log in as favorite, why you want to do favorite as on no, and usually we don't do favorites for business process. We will do favorites for reports or any kind of task that we are using frequently. Why you want to do favorites as the business process? So now client will come and say to you, I don't want to use this particular business process. Go to the business process. Sorry, first open your business process. Now, this is my supervisory organization. My client come and say that I don't want to use this particular business process. I want you to use the default definition. Go to the related actions. Go to the business process. Inactivate business as process definition with the effective date. Always ask them what's the effective date you want this business process definition to be inactivated, to be not used in the system. So this is the way you are going to inactivate it. Now, coming back to our corporation department, going to my executive department, once we inactivate that, the default, I will come. Yes, I wish. That's what I'm going to show you now. Business process definition. I'm going executive department. See executive department automatically hire for Ankita Corporation has been inherited. Why? Because I have configured it on the Ankita Corporation that is the superior most organization. See automatically. There is no default definition. Now my client has come and told me that I don't want executive department to use this Ankita Corporation department. In that case, open it from here and inactivate it. And then you can create your own BP for the executive department. Now coming here, how you are going to add the steps. Or you're going to again go to the edit definition because it won't happen. Like client will, till the time implementation for the development testing or any quality testing has been started, your client will come up with the changes and all. I want to add this step as well. I want to add this step as well. So always go to related actions, business process, edit definition in this way. You can add or delete steps. You want to click on edit definition. Effective rate, always remember, keep it as 1 for 2024. Only it can happen. It's never recommended to go back in the effective dated by past data effective. It is why I can tell you, for example, now my HR partner has started on 1st of January. He or she has started a higher hiring of an employee. Now the hiring process is under process because hiring process won't be done within a single date, will go for approval to manager, then consolidated approval or some proposed compensation change. They will have some discussion with the candidate or something like that. So it would take definitely 3 to 4 days. Fine, the hiring process is under progress now and I am going back and changing it to 120/24 and doing some past data changes. In that case, what will happen is their already existing business process can go into error and they will come back to you why it is happening. Because they are the end users. They are simply doing the hiring. They will come back to the implementers why it has not triggered properly to the manager. Then you will go back and check. Oh, this is something that has been done. The effective date the changes has been done. So it is never recommended to do past data changes. That's what Workday has told. If you want, for example, now, I can do only present date changes or the future date changes. That means if anyone is hiring on 4th one, if there is any existing change that is already or a hiding that is already there in the system, they have started on 1st of January. They will follow the same old definition. Always remember, if any hiring is done upon or after 4th of January, then our new definition will be followed 3rd of January. PST timing. Our old definition will be for nude. Always remember, even if you are changing this, and if positive, even if you are clicking it, it will give you an alert. Enter an effective date. That's not in the past. You can't submit changes to the business process definition when an event is already in progress. It won't allow you to save as well, and it's never recommended to do any positive changes. Only present or future date. It changes, if anything. Any business process that has been triggered before your effective date changes that you have made, it will follow the old definition only. Always remember, so I will click on. That's why it's recommended usually future data changes. If there, go ahead and change the date, and otherwise keep the same date, only see here. I have created this. Now how we are going to add the step. I will click on this plus it. Once you will hover over it, it will say that add room. I will add it, but my manager is located in such a place where it is January 3rd, and that nation will be. All definition will be followed until the system reaches the fourth date. System date will be considered. For example, now I am working in ICE to Damings at 8:31 p.m. So if any changes that has been done for 4th January effective timing they have given for, I'm just telling you 8 to 30 p.m. IST, that's effective date, then that means my old definition will be followed. It will only consider the PST time. What's the present PST time is? It will only consider that now initiate hire already. The step is there, that default step is there. Now change organization assignments is my next task. What I will do? I will go to my BP. I will put the order SB because this is my second step. Select the type as action. Then I will specify the name, change organization assignments. It is here, change organization assignment. Whether it is optional, I will select the HR partner. Whenever you are selecting any role, just make sure that the role name, assignable role in the security group, should all be same, with the same name, a chart partner, because you are working the tenant. Although when you are working in your solid training tenant, if you are working in your client, definitely you will have only one HR partner. Sometimes you will see that someone might have created a 2 to 3 HR partners with the same name. So always go to the related action and check whether the assignable role in the security group HR partner. Both should be same because it's a training tenant. Even I can also go ahead and create with the same name HR partner. The system will allow me to create with the same name. So I am done with my step that has been told to be my client by my client. If there are any steps or any conditions that is mentioned here, let me copy this condition here. If, for example, this is a scenario, if location proposes New York, that means change organization assignments, task will go to the HR partner only when the location that is proposed for the employee is New York. This condition, we are not going to enter in my edit mode. I always remember the conditions we can enter. I have told you that can be entered only in the view mode. So whenever you are configuring your business process, don't switch between view and edit mode again and again. Just highlight it something by some color, yellow color. This needs to be taken care by me. Once I will go to the view mode, because conditions, again you have to click on and then you can enter the conditions. So I won't prefer to click on and then configure a condition, then come back. No, wait, just highlight it that this needs to be taken care by me again now. Yesterday, I have told you one report was there. I added the step to my BP hire, BP change organization assignments. So scroll here. You cannot put the filter. Always remember you have to scroll to the alphabetically scroll. And for vertically change org assignments. Is it initiating any sub-process? This is the task change org assignment. Is it initially says that the change description change organization assignment for correct. So I have to configure change org assignment for worker sub-process in my business process, in my supervisory organization. This is the sub-process. That means if this task is triggered automatically, this sub-process will be triggered because it is initiating a sub-process. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.